Hello everybody, this is Peggy stealing Lisa's channel again for another pick a card where I will tell you what you need to hear and not what you want to hear.
Good luck.
Okay.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
With a little bit of luck it won't be too horrible, so we'll see. So today we have our lovely outhouse themed background here with our log on number 1, our toilet monster on number 2, and we don't know what this guy is, but he's kind of creepy, and he's another toilet monster, and he is on number 3. So take a minute, take a breath, just think about what
you need to hear.
What you need to hear for the upcoming.
Not what you want to hear, because you're not getting that here.
Yeah, I don't think anything's too horrible, but we'll find out.
It's you, so.
It's me. I'm sorry.
At your
I'll apologize now, guys. So whichever one you feel catches your attention the most, pick that one.
Pause if you need more time.
Pause if you need more time, and we are going to get started. This is Mr. Log, and again, we will not explain what he is.
Welcome to pile number 1.
Welcome to pile number 1. Okay. So I'm going to work this a little tiny bit backwards. And today we have the Cute and Creepy Tarot, the
Dark
Mansion Tarot, the Gilded Tarot,
Mini, obviously.
And again the Spiritual AF inspirational cards for people who need some inspiration. So the first pile here, if this is your pile, is if this is your pile, yeah, you just.
I don't know why I didn't get that the first time. I never.
There's it's completely unintentional.
I think it was one of the commenters that.
I can't link it in my brain. Okay. So I'm gonna go straight to this guy. Thou shalt not judge, because thou hast fucked up before too. This isn't a bad reading for the upcoming month.
I mean,
it's me. I'll make it as bad as I possibly can. Okay, it's not a bad reading for the upcoming month, but let's take a look at the cards. So we're starting over here with the 6 of Swords, and that is about escaping drama and getting away, regrouping. So basically, some shit's happened. I mean, if the five of Swords is about shit happened, right? The 6 of Swords is about you need to back the fuck up, get away from what's going on, find a way to just regroup, sort out what you're going to do next. Not a lot of surprises in a card like that. Next, we're looking at the Knight of Wands, and now this is about the quest for. This is about that quest for adventure. It's also the Knights. Obviously, are also cards that don't hesitate. So it's like, oh my God.
The Pentacles, he hesitates. He's slow.
Is he? Well, this is the Wand. So he's
fast.
Okay, so.
I'm helpful.
Okay, Lisa's actually helpful. This is
actually, she says like she's surprised.
Actually, well, no, this is helping me do a better job of learning it for myself. So this is somebody who's all about the adventure and not necessarily has a huge awareness of right or wrong. Now, we're just going to keep moving because then I get to tell you off. I mean, tell you what this all means. The next card that we're looking at is the 2 of Swords. Now, the 2 of Swords is you have to make a choice. There is some indecision there, but your job is to make the right choice, and the right choice doesn't always look like or feel like the best choice. That is a situation that you're going to be facing. Maybe you're facing it now, or maybe it's coming up. But that's something that's surrounding what's going on right now. That's what's going on that's surrounding this need to regroup. This is what's going on surrounding this urge to dive into the drama and not necessarily think about where right and wrong is. The next card. Run away. This next card is the Lovers. Now, the Lovers is about choice and commitment. I mean, the stereotype is that it's about romantic relationships, but it's about relationships that are committed, loving relationships.
Yep, we like those.
We like those. We like inventing.
I want a relation with you. That sounded really.
Didn't
mean it to sound dirty.
Yeah. Now she's over there just turning red. Okay, so. These are about long-term commitments. These are about long-term commitments and long-term relationships. People that you love in your life that you want to love you back, stuff like that. So now this could literally be a lover. I mean, I'm not in your world knowing exactly what you're dealing with right now. And again, we're circling back to thou shalt not judge because thou hast fucked up before. So where I'm looking at this is there's some stuff happening and it's going to put you in a position, whatever's happening here, you're going to be in a position to go, I know exactly what the right move is. You should do this. You should do that. You're going to find yourself in a position where you can come off looking really judgmental, even in spite of good intentions. And this is where I'm seeing this here. So you may have a situation where somebody is doing something, somebody has screwed up, they are trying to figure out what comes next. You're like, well, you go tell them off, you go do this, you go do that, and that's not the right. It might be the feel good. It might be the dramatic choice, the make a statement choice. There might be a whole lot of things about it that's look and seem nice on the surface, but it's a choice. Those kinds of choices are going to like hurt more than they help, quite likely. And this is going to involve somebody who you feel relatively close to, and the urge to basically be a dick about it is going to be there. And it's not a bad, okay, it's a bad thing. Sorry.
Being a dick is a bad thing.
It's
Noted.
Okay.
Check.
Okay. Now, it's not that you're going to be a dick about it. It's not that you should be a dick about it. It's that if somebody...
Don't be a dick.
If somebody in your world is going through a problem, a situation, a thing, no matter how strong your feelings are on what's going on, what they could or should be doing, what they've done right, what they've done wrong, because that person is represented by the lovers here, because that person is somebody that you are close to, want to be close to, don't want to hurt your relationship, you really need to be careful how you express yourself to these people. It could be you that's going through the thing, and you just need to not lash out if somebody gives you advice that you feel is absolute horseshit. But it also is be careful about giving advice that the other person thinks it does. Well, okay.
I'm just wondering where you're going with it.
Good advice doesn't always feel good.
That's true.
And you are going to find yourself in a situation where, regardless of whether or not your advice is good or bad, the person that you're giving the advice to is going to feel like crap. Because maybe they're the ones that screwed up, and any advice that you give them just reminds them how badly they screwed up. There's no way to know how this is going to manifest itself, but be aware that there's going to be a situation coming up in your world in the next few weeks that could put you in the position of looking and sounding far more judgmental than you ever thought or intended. And just take the time to think. Take the time to think before you speak. It's that simple. It's not that you're doing anything wrong, but you're going to be speaking to the wrong audience at the wrong time, the wrong situation. There's going to be something about it that's going to bite you in the ass if you are too quick to jump in without sugarcoat it. That's maybe one of the best bits of advice. But yeah, just be aware of this before you speak, and it's going to change how you speak, and whatever message it is that you want to or need to give is going to come across a lot easier. A lot better. And I think that's about it for this one. So yeah, you're going to have a chance to put your foot in your mouth this month.
Maybe
just
don't
try,
do that.
Don't do that. That's all I can say. Okay, this is pile number 2. This is our toilet monster.
Two-headed toilet monster.
Two-headed toilet monster.
He looks
yes.
a little like the guy in the first card. Well, one of his heads does. Turn his head to the side.
That's a possibility.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna stop playing with the toys now.
The toilet
okay,
monster.
Number 2. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna read this card first, like I did the last time.
Man.
Okay, stay away from people who make. Oops, I just kicked the thing.
Yep.
Stay away from people who make you feel like you're hard to love. I don't think this is really. I don't think this is really a different. I don't think this is gonna. I don't know. I don't even know how to finish this sentence. Let's just get started, shall we? Before I keep stuttering. Okay. So the first card that we have here is the Nine of Pentacles, and this is about working hard to achieve what you have. Your rewards have been met. So regardless of how you do or don't feel about your current situation, you're actually doing pretty good. Maybe your situation is pretty average, pretty meh, but compared to the people in your world, you're doing pretty good. So you've got things to be happy about, proud of, and you're good to go. Next card is the Magician. Now, the Magician, he is somebody who, now, as Lisa likes to say, manipulate or manifest. But either way, the Magician is somebody who is in control of his environment. He's got his shit together.
Well, maybe.
Okay, usually.
He's got everything at his disposal, but he may not have his poop in a
Okay,
poop.
okay.
Yeah.
No, that's true. And this may lead back
I
to...
made a poop reference during your
Again,
video.
you made another poop. This is like your third one. Lisa's just going to sit there talking shit the whole time.
You just made one now.
Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, we like our poop theme, but if anybody has a suggestion for another fun theme, we're open to suggestions.
But you are poop.
We don't want
Everybody knows you're
to,
poop.
but we don't want to be about the shit show every day, all day. So, anyway, back to the reading.
Okay, carry on.
Back to the reading. Okay, so the magician. Sometimes this is okay. This is somebody who has the things that they need to be in control of their surroundings, and again, manipulate or manifest. You have the tools that you need to succeed. You also have the tools that you need to like manipulate people into thinking that you're succeeding. That may or may not be something that matters in your world right now, and it's kind of up to you to decide where your personal relationship with the magician balances out. But it's a good place to be. You've got what you need. You've got what you need in terms of the skills, the materials, and the resources to maintain this. And our next card is the Ten of Pentacles, and that is about abundance. If you're not there yet, you're going to be in a situation where you are... She just came back with ice cream.
The perks of not being the one at the camera. I got a snack. Carry on.
You need to leave the room.
Stay away from people that make you feel hard to love.
She's over there killing herself, guys. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles is better than the Nine of Pentacles. So you're moving from a pretty decent place to a better place, and the energy of the Magician is going to help you get there. There's absolutely nothing wrong. So you're moving from the 9 to the 10. Things are pretty good. Relative to your environment, relative to the opportunities that you currently have, things are actually going pretty good for you. Also we have here is the Page of Swords, and this is about the intellect, learning, and curiosity. So obviously the message in this is to keep learning, keep growing. You're getting there. Things are good. Stay away from people who make you feel like you're hard to love. These are, now what I'm seeing personally here, and you may see things differently, and if you do see it differently, I'd love to hear your comments on the matter. What I'm seeing here is when I'm seeing this in conjunction with, hey, you're doing really good and you're growing and learning into even more, this is people who are going to be jealous of you. They're going to be jealous. They're going to not be, they're not going to be happy for you. They're, okay, you're doing well. Now, what are you doing for me? If you're doing this, so if you want to prove you love me, you have to do this for me. And these are the people that are going to drag you down or make you feel like you're selling out. Like, oh, well, I mean, that could be that.
Yeah.
It's up to you to be aware of, there are people in your world, whether now there's no indication that these people are super, super close to you. But even people who aren't that close to you can still make you feel like shit if you decide that they're people you should listen to. So be aware that there are people that are going to make you feel like that because of this, you're somehow a lesser person and less worthy. And usually it's jealousy. That's always my assumption. It's like, oh, okay. But stay away from those people. At the very least, don't listen to them. At the very least, don't feel like you have to placate them. And again, this being about legacy, don't feel like you have to pick up the tab every time you go out with your friends to remind them that you still love them even though you're doing better than they are.
That's good advice.
It can be little things, it can be big things, but don't let people get jealous if they and don't let people treat you differently or tell you that it's something wrong with you. And just you do you, and stay away from anybody who has a problem with that.
Nice.
And that is that for number 2. Okay, and this is number 3 with our we're not sure what this guy is monster.
Toilet mutant.
He's a toilet. He looks like he's a toilet tank with something coming out the top. I'm not sure. He's another toilet monster. Okay, now this guy, and again, I do take a few notes as we go because I'm way less experienced than my wife. So if that was my page turning. So this one here is know that I'm again starting with the last one because these cards seem to be driving what each one says. Know the difference between shame and guilt. Now I'm going to actually turn this one over and read it for you. Guilt equals something I did bad. Shame equals I am something bad. Spend today identifying guilt and shame. If guilt comes up, find a way to make amends. Shame is the devil, though. Kick it in the dick. So,
Oh my goodness.
okay, so for starters, know the difference between shame and guilt. If you've done something for which you need to make amends, you should probably think about that, and this might be the time to do that. I'm sorry, guilt. If you've done, if you took the last cookie, it's time to go admit it to mom. Okay, that's just
Or
kind
your
of.
wife, if you ate the last ice cream sandwich.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, I am kidding you.
You better be kidding me. Oh my God, Lisa picked 1, 2, and 3. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Now, the High Priestess is one of my weaker cards. I'm not very good with this card. So now Lisa's explained when I.
Oh no.
Okay. I don't know if we've explained this to anybody yet, but what we're doing is this is all legit because we don't give a shit. And before we turn the camera on, I'm making quick notes to make sure that I'm at least understanding the basic meanings of the cards before I attempt to tell people what to do with these readings. Because
I'm like your walking, talking guidebook.
like I've got very brief notes here, and if for any reason anybody's got the idea that I'm like working strictly from memory, I'm sorry that I've misled you. There's my guilt right there, because I don't know if I don't know how much did we actually?
I don't remember if we've.
I'm
put
not
that on
sure.
camera.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyways.
full disclaimer. I'm sorry that it's at the end. We'll try and remember to be a little more honest about that going forward. Anyway.
Wow, your guilt really got to you.
It did.
Wow,
No,
this card just called you out.
called me out. Yeah.
You better deal with your crap. This is your reading.
You took my ice cream. Okay.
My ice cream.
Okay. So the High Priestess is about intuition, but it's also about secrets. So it's about balancing. And what I've got here on my note is mercy and severity. So basically, you are trust your intuition, move forward with your intuition. But like everybody, you've got some shit going on in the background, some of which you are not necessarily feeling all that fucking awesome about. And that is for you to decide which is shame and which is guilt. Like I said, if you took the last cookie from the cookie jar, that's fine. Shame is quite often a wasted emotion because it doesn't help. So you've got something going on in the background that you are either feeling guilty about or that you feel that you should personally devalue yourself over. There's a huge difference between feeling bad about something that you've done and feeling that you are somehow less worthy as a human being because of something that's in your past that you may or may not have had any control over. So the next cards are actually pretty positive, which they should be. This is the Three of Wands, and this is about taking the first steps on a journey to reach a goal. She's got her bags packed. There's the signposts. She's ready to go, and she's just deciding where she's going. As a matter of fact, here comes the carriage now. She's probably already decided where she's going. Just a matter of getting started. So you're at the beginning of something in your world, in your life. You're starting out on something new, and it could be a big adventure or a small adventure. And again, but you've got this, do I deserve it? I did something wrong, therefore I don't deserve it. I'm a horrible person, therefore I don't deserve it. And again, you need to take the time to think that through. But this is a good card. This is what's happening in your world, and you have every freaking right to be doing that. The next one is Temperance, and this is obviously Temperance is literally temperance. It's about it's about taking your time, not rushing, avoiding extremes, moderation. So this one is about temperance. This card is Temperance, and Temperance is all about avoiding extremes, all things in moderation. So as much as you are starting something new, don't be in a big rush to force things to happen. Don't be in a big rush to make big decisions. Let it unfold. Take your time. It is about, it's for you right now. You're about the journey and not the destination. You do not need to force things to happen, either good or bad. But let them happen. The next card is the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is about intellect and strategy. So basically, you've got the skills that you need to figure out what's going on, sort this out, make things happen, be in charge of how your journey is going to go. You know how to make things happen, or at least this thing. Whatever journey it is that you're about to start on, and again, it might be something bigger, it might be something small. You've got what you need, you've got the skills. Just don't be in a rush. That's where you are on this. And swinging back into the circle, don't let let your intuition guide you, and don't let your fear of secrets guide you. Like this, like I said, when when I was chatting with Lisa about the high priestess, basically the two biggest things were intuition, but she's also standing in front, blocking what's behind her. If you're working on something that you feel is going to make an unpleasant fact or secret about yourself come out, then this is where temperance comes in, where you can go, okay, what do I need to do to make sure that if I've done something wrong for which I need to make amends, how do I do that in a realistic, measured way? You don't need to have this. You don't need to have this super hardcore reaction, and you need to take your time. You need to take your time, not be in a rush. If there's something that you feel ashamed of, you need to explore that. For good or for bad, you need to explore that, because there are very few situations in life where, okay, we always use this, oh, you should be ashamed of yourself. There are the number of conditions, the number of things in a person's life for which they probably should be ashamed are so small and such extreme examples that the vast, vast, vast majority of the human population will never, ever feel the need to have this personal devaluating shame controlling their environment. And those who do, they're already in prison. You know what I mean? Like,
That makes sense.
you might feel bad. We all have something that we feel bad about. We've all done things that we've all done a thing to be ashamed of, but letting that shame define your personal worth in the world is a different thing. And do not let that control these things in your life that are going to go well for you, as long as you just take your time and do it. And again, and the high priestess is again also about intuition and about balance. So one of your this new thing that's coming into your world right now is going to be a much better experience for you. It's going to be much more fulfilling to just remember the balance, and remember that, when you pushed little Timmy in the mud puddle when you were 5, that is not a shame you should bring with you for the rest of your life, right? So know the difference between shame and guilt. It's simple, it's hard, and just take a little time to think about, is there something about this new journey that you're embarking on that you are holding yourself back? And ask yourself, is that thing that's holding you back really, really something that should be, that should be affecting your feelings of self-worth? And that is number 3. And again, things are decent in your life. Things are pretty decent. So take the time. Don't screw it up for yourself over feelings of shame that you really shouldn't be feeling. And that is number 3. Okay, guys, and that was that. So this reading is done. I hope you got some use out of it. If you agree or disagree, I would love to hear your comments and your opinions below. I'd like to see if anything resonated with anybody. I love having those conversations. Yeah, so this is your month ahead, I guess.
Yeah.
This is
We'll put it up at the end of the month, and you can.
We'll put this up this is going up in a few days for the end of the month, and I hope that it proves helpful and useful in your coming days. And as much as it may not have been what you want to hear, I hope it was something that you needed to hear that ends up being useful to you. Anyway, this was me hijacking Lisa's channel. Thanks
Click the like button.
Click the like, subscribe, hit the notifications, do all the things, and I will be back in a month to do this again. And in the meantime, okay, what's the thing you say? May your light always
May your magic always
shine from the inside out.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.